Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to make this extra special fried rice. This recipe is absolutely amazing. But before then, can you please take a moment to please subscribe to my channel? I will be grateful for that. And if you'd like to know how I made this, then please keep watching. First things first, I will be running through the ingredients for this recipe, and as you can see, I've got them all displayed here. Here I've got some prawns. They have been peeled and deveined, and yes, these are raw prawns, but you can use the cooked version if you prefer that. I've also got some boneless chicken breast, and if you want, you can use thighs instead. Some beef, I'm using sirloin cut. Some chopped chilies for heat. You can skip this if you don't like spicy hot foods. Some garden peas and also carrots. Some spring onions. I will be using the white part instead of the green part, as I find the white part more flavorful, but it's up to you. If you prefer to use the green, then go ahead and use just the green. I've also got some chopped onions, minced garlic. You can also add ginger if you want. And lastly, some eggs. Next, I'll season my proteins, and as you can see, I've got my chicken, beef and prawns here. And firstly, I will be using some soy sauce. I'm using the thicker version, and this is the brand. It's called Lobo. It is absolutely fantastic. I prefer it to the watery version. So I will be seasoning all three proteins using the soy sauce first. Next, I will be using paprika, and this is all for aesthetics. I don't like my chicken looking white or my or my prawns looking pale. And I will also be using some garlic powder. Do feel free to add any more seasonings you prefer, but I just like to keep it minimal because I'm using the soy sauce, and like I said, the soy sauce is really good, so I don't need to use too much with it. So I'm just going to combine all three thoroughly and then set aside for use later. Next, I'm going to prepare my eggs, and they're all beaten into this bowl here, and I will be adding just salt and pepper and just whisk thoroughly and then set aside. This will be used much later. Now it's time to start frying, and here I've got a pan on medium heat. I'm just going to add some oil to it, and once that heats up, I will go in with my beaten eggs. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I like to scramble my eggs for fried rice. So first of all, I wait until the bottom bit has set, and then I begin to push back, allowing the runny bits a chance to set as well. So once I've got a lot of set bits, I don't know why I keep saying set bits, but I'm sure you understand, then I start to scramble. And this way I end up with much more chunky bits, as opposed to just scrambling from the start. And once that's done, I will be setting the eggs aside and replacing the pan on the heat. So now that the pan is back on the heat, I will be adding some more vegetable oil. And once that heats up, I will go in with the marinated chicken. Next, I'm going to distribute the chicken across the pan so they don't overlap. And this is why I'm using a frying pan. Ideally, I should use a wok, but because I'm using large quantities of protein, so this is much more, well, manageable. Anyway, so this is it after frying for about 2 minutes, and all in all I did about 5 to 6 minutes, and this is it all cooked. And next I will be setting this aside. Now the pan is back on the heat, I will be adding a bit more oil, and once that heats up, I will go in with my beef. And this I'm going to fry for about 6 to 8 minutes roughly, or until fully cooked. And I should note here that the best beef to use for this recipe is sirloin or any other soft cut. And you can also use frying sticks as well if that's what you can find. And this is what it looks like after frying for about 3 minutes. And I will continue to cook this for a further 5 minutes. And once it's fully cooked, as you can see, I will be setting this aside. Lastly, I will be transferring the prawns into the pan, and I will be frying this until cooked. This one took roughly about 5 minutes as well. So what I did was I just arranged them onto the pan so they don't overlap too much. and just leave them to cook on one side. And after it's cooked on one side, then I will begin to flip over, and this is it. And once it's fully cooked, as you can see, I will be setting them aside again. So it's time for the main event, and for that I'm using a wok, as you can see, and into that I will be adding some oil. My pan is on high heat and my wok is already heated up, so I will be adding some vegetable oil, and you need quite a lot for this actually. And into that I will be adding my garlic. If you're using ginger, you can add that as well at this time. I'll be frying my garlic for about a minute, and this is because I'm doing it on high heat and I'm trying to prevent it from burning. And once that's done, I will go in with the chilies. Now, if you're going to be using chilies, the chilies I'm using here are those finger types. This is not habanero and it's not Scotch bonnet peppers. Do not use that. That's going to be way too hot. Anyway, so I'm going to fry that again for another minute. And after that, it will be time to add my spring onions. I will be adding the onions as well at this time. Now, if you're using the green part of the spring onions, this is not the time to add it. You add it at the end, but because this part is a lot tougher, so that can go in at this time. So I will be frying them for about 2 minutes roughly. And after 2 minutes, then it's time to add the garden peas as well as the carrots. And this I will combine thoroughly and then fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now, the reason why I'm doing this for only 2 minutes is because I like my carrots really crunchy. If you don't like it crunchy, then you may need to do this for a lot longer. Or what you can do again is you can steam the carrots first before adding it in. But I like my vegetables really crunchy. And after that, it's time to go in with chicken bouillon. The reason why I'm using chicken bouillon is because most Chinese restaurants use MSG. Chicken bouillon has got a bit of MSG, but not as overwhelming as just pure MSG. So this will also work as a very good flavor enhancer. Anyway, but if you like, you can use salt. If you don't like a bouillon, you can use salt, but I prefer to use chicken bouillon. Next, it's time to add the cooked rice. Now, ideally, you're supposed to use jasmine rice for fried rice, but I don't like the flavor or the aroma of jasmine rice at all, so I prefer to use my Sela basmati. If you're going to be using jasmine rice, then you're supposed to have cooked that a day earlier and refrigerated first, but this is not necessary with the basmati, so I've just added that in. And after that, I will go in with my chicken and my beef. Next, I'll combine thoroughly, and I can see here that I need some more rice. I will be adding some more rice into this and then combining thoroughly. Now, the amount of rice you add is just going to depend on how you like your fried rice. I like my fried rice with enough proteins. I like it exactly like this. So I will continue to mix this thoroughly, still on high heat, for about 2 to 3 minutes. So it's been 3 minutes, and now it's time to go in with my soy sauce, black pepper, white pepper, and my sesame oil. And this I'm going to combine thoroughly again. So I should state at this time that for absolutely flavorful fried rice, you need a very, very good soy sauce brand, not just any sort of brand. Just go into a proper Asian store and try to find a very good brand to use, because this is what is going to determine the taste of the fried rice. So I'm going to continue to combine this until I'm satisfied. And after that, it's time to go in with the eggs as well as the prawns. Next, I'll combine thoroughly, and if you're using spring onions, that's the green part, then now is the time to add it. So I'm just going to combine this thoroughly, and at this time, the fried rice is ready. Now, isn't this the most beautiful fried rice you've ever seen? Trust me, it tastes even better than it looks. It was absolutely amazing. Now, if you do try this recipe, please let me know how you get on by leaving me a comment in the comment section, please. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends and family, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.